What do you think makes a marriage last? Is it all about careful planning, family wisdom, or is it that spark? That undeniable feeling of love? It's a huge question, right? And today we're diving right into it. The age old choice between tradition and your own heart. So, which is it? Is there even a right answer? Well, to get a better handle on this, let's follow a story. It's about two best friends, Julia and Jack. They are about to face this exact choice, and trust me, what happens next is going to change both of their lives forever. Okay, so first up, let's meet Julia. She's a young woman, and she's always believed that her parents know best, especially when it comes to something as big as who she's going to marry. And let's be clear, nobody's forcing her into this. Julia genuinely thinks her parents' plan is the most logical way to have a stable, happy life. For her, it's not about losing control or anything like that. It's just the sensible thing to do. You see, for Julia, a marriage built on practicality and stability, well, it's like building a house on a really strong foundation. She kind of thinks that love doesn't have to be there from day one. It's something that can actually grow over time, once all the important pieces are in the right place. But then there's her best friend, Jack. And oh boy, he has a completely different idea of what marriage should be all about. Their whole conversation really just perfectly sets up the main conflict here. That classic debate, right? Love versus logic. So if you look at their two viewpoints side by side, it's pretty clear. Julia's all about compatibility, family support, that sense of security from a stable foundation. Jack, he's on the other side of the fence. He's all in on having a deep personal connection, passion, and, the freedom to chase your own happiness. And this really gets to the heart of it for Jack. For him, love isn't just some part of marriage, it's the whole point. It's the one thing that makes spending your entire life with someone meaningful at all. But Julia's response, it really shows what she's afraid of deep down. She sees love as this wild, unpredictable thing. It's powerful, sure, but you can't really count on it. In her mind, an arranged marriage is like a safe bet, a place where love can grow without that constant fear that it's just gonna fizzle out. So Jack pushes back. And he asks this really powerful question. What he's trying to do is get Julia to look past all the practical stuff and think about that, that all-consuming, I can't imagine my life without you kind of love. And right here, this is the moment everything changes. What started out as just a theoretical debate, it's about to get intensely personal. I mean, in a way, Julia never, ever could have seen coming. And with this question, Julia just lays her biggest fear out on the table. Underneath all that logic and all those practical arguments, there's just this simple, powerful fear of getting her heart broken. And that one honest question, it opens the door for something absolutely shocking. And there it is. Bam! With that one sentence, Jack just shatters everything. This isn't some debate about ideas anymore. Nope, it's about them, the two of them. Right here, right now. You can just feel Julia's world tilting, right? Everything she thought she knew, every little thing she had so carefully planned out, it's all just been flipped completely upside down. The theoretical just became very real. So you have to wonder, why didn't he say something before? Well, the risk just felt enormous. He was terrified. Terrified of wrecking their friendship, terrified she wouldn't feel the same, and just terrified of making things super awkward between them forever. So, this confession, it puts Julia in a seriously tough spot. I mean, she's now stuck between a lifetime of tradition and planning and this brand new, undeniable, completely unexpected feeling. And you can just feel how torn she is when she says this. The path that seemed so straightforward before is now this big, confusing crossroads. She is literally caught between everything she's ever been taught and what her heart is suddenly screaming at her to do. So, what's her next move? Well, first, she just admits to herself how she feels. Then, she does something incredibly brave. She actually talks to her parents about it. And that leads to them giving her their blessing, which finally lets her choose her own path. And wow, this is another huge turning point. In a move that's pretty surprising, her parents actually choose her happiness over their own tradition. And their support, that's what gives her the green light, the freedom she needs to make a choice that is 100% hers. So with her family backing her up, Julia is finally ready to make her decision and start a completely new chapter in her life. And this is it. Her choice. And she says it with so much confidence. She's taking that leap of faith. She's choosing Jack. She's choosing to follow her heart. And just like that, the big conflict of this whole story gets resolved. So, the story doesn't end with some fairy tale happily ever after. Instead, it ends with something way more real. A promise. A promise to face whatever the future throws at them, together, with love and understanding as their foundation. You know, Julia's story is such a powerful reminder of the choices we all have to make sometimes. When the path you think you're supposed to take is in a head-on collision with the path your heart is pulling you down. Which way do you go? Which voice do you listen to? And maybe, more importantly, what does that choice really say about you?